Looking back, it's kinda hard to believe it's already been 4 years since the announcement of the M1 MacBook Air. Considering it was such a huge success and was the start of a new era for Macs, how well does it hold up in 2024? So, I got this MacBook certified refurbished from Apple. While it has been previously used or returned at some point, it is refurbished nonetheless, with new components as necessary and relisted at a discount price. In this case, this unit was $750. Of course, we'll talk more about value later, but first, let's take a closer look at this machine. This MacBook Air is equipped with the 8-core CPU and 7-core GPU M1 configuration, which is passively cooled, with 8 GB of unified memory and a 256 GB SSD. All in all, this is the base model configuration. Overall, setting aside the specs, the M1 chip in the MacBook Air is unbelievably efficient with a 10-watt TDP, allowing this thing to stay passively cool with some unbelievably outstanding battery life, estimated at around 18 to 20 hours on a single charge, which is crazy. The CPU performance makes any computing super responsive and snappy with any day-to-day task, which I consider one of the biggest pros to using a laptop I'd expect to run as intended, and it shows. Casually using this laptop as a daily driver is fantastic. The lovely Magic Keyboard makes typing up documents, sending emails, or whatever else an absolute breeze alongside the trackpad, which I still think is best in class. Almost nothing compares to the haptic feedback glass trackpad Apple has struck gold with. There's something about how it's calibrated that makes cursor movement and general web browsing with it a breeze. Running a few benchmarks and pushing it to its absolute limits reveals that this laptop is still plenty powerful CPU and GPU wise while only being warm to the touch, and sits comfortably high in its class. In Geekbench 6, the single core score was 2,236, 8,318 multi-core, and here's how it compares with similar MacBooks. This MacBook Air got 18,319 in OpenCL and 29,764 on the Metal GPU score. Unigine Valley at the native resolution on medium settings scored pretty well, with a score of 2,787 and averaged around 66 FPS, not bad. City Skylines, notably a heavy CPU and GPU intensive game, ran well sitting in between 40 and 60 FPS in a hugely populated city. Definitely playable. In terms of value, you can get one of these completely refurbished from Apple for $750, as stated previously, around $575 on back market, and even as low as $450 refurbished on eBay. Definitely insane value for what you get. So, after reviewing the M1 MacBook Air, I still think it is an outstanding laptop. It's still plenty powerful, and for the majority of people who buy Macs and expect it to work, it does well in that regard. So yes, I would most certainly recommend this laptop, especially to people looking to buy a Mac for the first time and those who aren't willing to spend an outrageous amount on a newer Mac. And if you enjoyed watching, please consider supporting this video with a like, and if you are interested in seeing more videos like this from me, definitely consider subscribing. Otherwise, I'm out. I'll see y'all in the next video.